Well, this is bird feeding time at Karrabin. This is in Queensland, in Australia. What I've got here is, well actually, that's one of Thomas's friends' chooks. That's the one we call Red. We actually have a thing here called Red Rooster, which is like a KFC shop. Just off there we have the little crimson coloured bird, is actually called a galah. A very nice little bird. Pan around here. We've actually got sulphur crested cockatoos, which are the big white ones that you can see there with the yellow crests. Just in centre of frame at the moment. Those are what we call rainbow lorikeets. And they usually come in their hundreds, and they're the noisy ones that you can hear. Oh, we've just got something set them off. And it's actually Thomas. Although they're not really afraid of the dogs at all. That's young Thomas there in the way of the chair. Some of the birds become very, very friendly. Come right up and take bread out of your hands and that. Today it's a little bit windy, so sometimes they get a little bit frightened, but in the space of a few minutes you'll actually see them all roaring back. And hopefully we'll be able to pick up some of the short-billed and long-billed corellas, although they all look the same. They're hard to pick up. Probably a little difficult to see here. We literally get hundreds of these things, and they're incredibly smart. They know the time at which to come in every single day. The ones that are actually in the frame now just walking away from us are what's called a long-billed corella. They have quite a large blue section around their eyes, and there are actually a few around that are called short-billed corellas as well. We get them. Get about 67 different variety of birds come in and feed. Later on we'll have kookaburras. These little rainbow lorikeets, we actually get them without the blue heads. They're scaly breasted. Some of the doves just out there on the driveway, which may be a little bit out of view. And the noise, of course, you can hear is the unmistakable magpies. They come in, and we'll get a range of butcher birds. This has all been done on a mobile phone, so it's a little bit, probably the quality's not so good. Not to mention the artist in this one right in front of frame here, the little guy there, is actually a short-billed corella. Next door to him there is the long-billed corella. We actually have to be quite careful walking around that we don't stand on the lorikeets. They become so, when it feeds a little bit short, they become very intense in their food. And they'll just hang around right by your feet or walk up to you. Just over to here, if he comes out, his old matey. The grubby looking cockatoo here, sulphur crested cockatoo. Got one of his friends who actually come up and tug on the leg of your trousers if you don't feed him in time, put some food down. He's another one that just follows us around and around and around. Hey matey, you get very close to him and he'll actually take the food right out of your hands. So, g'day mate. And this here is about a 1-year-old magpie. Thinks he owns the joint, and just coming back along. You can bear with this, you'll see the kookaburra just coming into view. We call them Donaldses because their faces are so cute. He's just flowing off now, but him and his brothers come in a little bit later on, and they love mince. Eat us out of house and home. And you might just see the girls down there. There's 2 horses, both in their 30s. So today's the 6th of October. Sunny old Queensland. We've had a lot of rain, so the place looks nice and green. And if you can see him up on the TV aerial there, that's the Kookaburra sitting up on top of the TV aerial, and he's just gone again. And perhaps show you what the looking out towards the west. There's a young cockatoo up there. He's got a piece of bread in his mouth. They generally hold it with their feet. Absolutely love it. That's just a piece of old dry old bread. We go through about a loaf of bread a day and like your 10-litre bucket of seed every single day. We started doing it during the drought. We had a severe drought here for nearly 5 years, and the birds almost became dependent on it. And a lot of it's got to do with the land developers knocking down all of the trees and vegetation close to the cities. We're probably about 80 kilometres from the Queensland coast out here, just out towards the west. Enjoy.